look at it. We predicted that we'd see Ana 3-3 versus Sombra.
And there it is.
Yeah, it's going to be Ana 3-3 versus Sombra, so let the games begin.
Let the games begin. RunAway, Mystic moving out to the first mid. Doha on the Sombra. You see both Ryans doing the speed drifting in, looking at each other now as the big rectangle man. See Doha poking there from the flanks as RunAway move towards the point.
And again, the scary thing here being up against Mystic is that Doha doesn't play by the rules of normal Sombras. He gets EMP up very quickly, already at 33%. So RunAway is still just running a Meteor comp. Very likely get first control, but Mystic going to be challenging. Oh, what a sleep. Doha down on the ground, but well protected. They don't finish him off, and he's back to building.
Back to building, but the sleep still denying some of that build. And the sleep also denied Mystic the chance to be more aggressive there, to deny any of the point cap for RunAway. Gundam just been hitting some incredible sleep so far during this run in Contender Korea.
80% now to Doha. Landed on thick, and again, this is a very quick build. RunAway, by virtue of having the Meteor comp, they're able to get first control, but Mystic going to be making their first real attack for it soon. EMP already out from Doha. They dive in, they use it to isolate Mag, and just like that, Mystic going to be reflipping. And
that's how you EMP, ZP. That's how you EMP. What we saw some very, I would say, limp noodle EMPs from Rookie in the previous series. And right there, you see how fast Mystic are pouncing onto Mag. Mag was he had the nade, he had the bio nade on him for that extra heal, and they could not keep him alive.
And look at how aggressive Doha is. He's even getting support, got a barrier there on top of it. 50%. This is top tier Sombra gameplay, but all right, RunAway, they're chasing after Doha. They're actually looking to fish him off. And oh!
LEGDAY Gong!
Just chased after him! Got rid of the problem! Lucio versus Sombra. RunAway says enough of this. We're coming back for our point. Bionade gonna strike deeply on the Sparkle, who somehow is still alive. Drops the grab. Mystic, could they actually fight this back?
I mean, right now, RunAway are controlling the point. The rally ending late for Shui. I mean, Doha, he's not there. He's still coming back in the fight. He will be back right now, but the health, the position, overall, still not that great for
another Bionade. Look at how low they are.
And the Shatter is blocked.
RunAway gonna finish it off. Mystic, though, still buying decent time on there, but oh man, I wish we had the first person view of LEGDAY gone there, because that was an insane chase down.
That was one of the craziest Lucio chases I've ever seen. As he chases down Doha again. I mean, the fight's over, but that was mental. It was mental from LEGDAY Gong. You saw him zoom in there. He watches for the translocate. He's able to remove Doha's invis as well, then chase down the translocator. Really, really great hunt for LEGDAY Gong.
Well, the upside here for EM is that they do have Doha with another EMP, and it's still pretty even, so very winnable here for Mystic, as we see how Doha's going to set this up. Early Shatter, in for Mag, does absolutely nothing. Mystic says, well, that didn't even tickle. Didn't hit anyone in the least. Doha being frontline Sombra right now, looking for the early hack, and kind of bullying just by pure threat of the EMP. They're going to drop the EMP while stuck in grab. Mag ends up falling, so is Doha. Mystic looking to make it even. Transcendence involved. Both teams draining the ult bank here. But Mystic getting better focus fire.
EM right now just winning this fight over time. I didn't necessarily agree with that Transcendent, with the EMP, I should say, for Doha used while in grab. I think it almost never works out, but it was something that really had to be committed, because otherwise they lose the fight. I mean, otherwise that was last fight territory. RunAway already at 99%. Had to commit there. EM's positioning, though, early during the fight was so strong. They broke the barrier for Mag, forced him behind the corner, got the hack early on a QOQ. EM are masters of the poke with the Sombra, setting up that post fight.
RunAway did something they don't normally do. They showed respect. But now already, RunAway, they mow back in off of Mag Shatter. Hanbin going to be down early. A lot of poke damage coming out the other way, though. Still winnable for Mystic. Alpha off the map. LEGDAY Gong going to send him there. RunAway looking to fish off, and LEGDAY Gong just absolutely relentless and chasing down kills here for RunAway. I think might have put them over the top here, and what should be the final fight of the round.
And LEGDAY Gong has been a force. You see, now he's hunting still for Doha. He's trying to get him out of the invis early, try to force the flip. You see Alpha's back for the delay on that Hammond. There really are no ults. The Sombra ult, the EMP could get very super Doha.
They've already lost two. Doha has to drop the EMP into a losing fight. Nothing more you can do. Unfortunately, Mystic just too staggered to make this much of a contest, but already, this is proving to be a pretty entertaining series.
A very entertaining series, and I think when we look at this 3-3 matchup, this is sort of showing the value of Lucio versus Sombra. and that when there's no diva on the field on the opposing team, and you're much more focused on making sure your front line survives and your Sombra is getting poke, the Lucio becomes such an important factor with denying Sombra. And Li Zhigong, he does not fear Sombras. He does not. He does not fear them. He will hunt you. He will get you out of invis, and he will chase down your translocator, which is exactly what we saw. Sombra should fear Li Zhigong.
I mean, what he did there was incredible. It's not often where I saw it with Soft. I was like, I think he's gonna get the kill, and then of course he ends up doing it, and he was just like a guided missile heading for Doha, where it's just such a rare interaction to see a Lucio being that aggressive and having it work out. But it's definitely fun Overwatch, regardless. But we're gonna be heading into Control Center here, and both teams sticking with the same comps.
See Doha trying to get that early poke. They force the translocate very early. Doha's gonna fall back down. RunAway right now, their goal is to deny the poke for Doha, remove as many cooldowns for Element Mystic as possible, and as soon as they see Doha move, as soon as they see him translocate away in a position where he's far away from the team, RunAway are gonna try to isolate whoever they can for EM.
RunAway, again, using their more powerful build here to get first control. So, I mean, this is the concession that Element Mystic makes by running the Sombra and Bionate to the back. And that's going to be a nice one. Good fall through from RunAway, taking down 2 right after. Hanbin and Sparkle out of it. And this is the problem with running the Sombra Sep, is that even as well as Element Mystic runs it, even with as quick as Doha builds it, they still lose first point more often than not.
Mag just dropping a couple of victorious swings there over Doha's body. And that is 100% the problem with the Sombra, is that if you're not getting that early value, because you're trying so hard not to die, because it's very easy to catch you. I mean, especially with an on the field, you get slept, you can get bashed, you can charge. There's a lot of options there. They give up the first cap. Even without losing anyone, they just can't contest as easily.
Oh, that's going to be a fairly fat grab going onto the back. Nano boost in from Mag, looking to clean it up. And Doha's down, so, you know, there's not even an option to EMP to try and bring it back. But actually, Element Mystic, they are getting staggered a bit. It's not the worst disengage. The problem is RunAway's so aggressive that they make it look bad anyways.
They did get the nano boost out from Gunamjin though. They used it for that fight to clean up. So there is nothing to survive. There is not that extra peel, you know, the extra peel from nano boost that is normally available with the Ana to survive the EMP. Li Zhigong doesn't have the beat either. A lot of focus. And QOQ finds him. I mean, that's just game sense.
That's ridiculous.
Right, you know where Doha's going to be. They know that Doha's going to try to take that
They are doing the old spy checking right now, where they're looking at every possible area that Doha could be setting up. Gangnam Jin, though, going to fall early in the fight. This could be a big boon for Element Mystic. They have the
I mean, Unique's already gone the boop.
Yet. Yeah.
Unique's already gone the boop on the Gangnam Jin. He forced him on the outside. He saw where Gangnam Jin was holding and already booped him pre-fight.
And this is important for Element Mystic. They're way behind in progress here, so sure, RunAway is going to lose this fight in all likelihood, but they might even be able to delay it as much to 99%. So even having the EMP, the auto-win next fight, there's going to be so much pressure on Doha to just build up EMP for every fight and Element Mystic to bend back. Not impossible for them to bring this round back, but it's going to be real difficult.
I think if Element Mystic are watching the portal so they know that Li Zhigong is going to have beat, I don't think they invest EMP this fight. I think they try to set up the grab, they try to force the beat, and then they just clean up with the rally because they know they have rally. I think they're really looking to remove the beat. They could do the inverse. They could use rally to force beat, then grab, but they really want to try to save EMP.
I think, though, they are set up for EMP fight. That's why they went so far back. They dropped the EMP early and looked for Mag, but guess what? Ana wasn't caught. They're able to nano Mag. They're able to keep him alive. There's no dive after the effect of the EMP is gone, and the grab is eaten. Sparkle tries to grab the build space, but QOQ gobbles on up. Diva's starving no longer here today in Contenders Korea, and RunAway playing that so well off the nano from Gangnam Jin. That should be the fight, and it should be the map.
Yeah, that should definitely be the map. They're only going to be alpha with the Shatter coming back. I mean, RunAway played that really well, but EM didn't make any moves. They didn't set up anything at all. Realistically, the EMP wasn't even that great. If anything, you could say they used EMP to force Nano, which I don't think is ever the perfect play, as EM are still moving in.
Not when everything you do revolves around the EMP. The EMP is your most valuable ult, the Nano for RunAway, mostly just to foil the EMP at best. And RunAway now just cleaning it on up. It's going to be them taking map number 1. And EM, you know, we've lauded their Sombra play for a while, but they're definitely meeting their match in RunAway where, you know, up against a team like RunAway, they play 3-3 well enough to bully another team. Element Mystic doesn't always get up first point when running Sombra versus weaker teams, but RunAway, they're really good at pressing the advantage when they have an advantage.
They know when it's time to push and when it's time to just bully the Sombra and deny that space, get the first cap and snow, and just really build their ult advantage, build their position, their timing advantage from there. Which is exactly what happened on Control Center for Luxiang. It's also sort of a tough map to get a lot of value to Sombra.
It is, but Element Mystic, we'll see if they can make this close. Going to break. When we come back, map number 2 heading right at you. Element Mystic, they've been looking improved over the last few series, but now they've hit a brick wall in RunAway, where RunAway goes, you know what? It's fine that you're running Sombra. We're just going to run 3-3 as we usually do. Put Gangnam Jin on the Ana and see what happens. And what's happened here, it's been a fairly back and forth series, but one that RunAway has been firmly in control of.
RunAway looked, I mean, controls their map type though. That's something where RunAway, where if you're a master of 3-3, control is just your playground. You own it entirely. Everything about control is situated to where ult economy is so important, winning the first fight is so important, holding chokes is so important, and 3-3 is the master comp of that. RunAway is the master of 3-3, so obviously control is just going to be their best game mode. It's hard to get a lot of value from the Sombra necessarily, especially on the more enclosed spaces, the more enclosed stages. We're going to move on to our second map though. It's going to be King's Row, going to be our hybrid, and this will give, I think, EM a little bit more space to find value from Sombra. It's still going to be tough. 3-3 is still going to be favored, but it definitely gives a lot more time than Control.
Personally, the way I see the series going right now is that if EM, let's say that they can play absolute peak Sombra and get the better of RunAway, I still don't think King's Row is going to be the map where that's the case. King's Row still is has a lot of inherent advantages to the team running a strong 3-3 just by virtue of the terrain and how you can use it to get both really good engages, because there's not a lot of area to run away from, no pun intended, as well as... Yeah, I wasn't even going for that, realistically. I feel like EM, in all likelihood, if they bring this back, it's probably not going to be here as much as it is going to be on Assault and Escort, but then they have the key problem, and they run into the old Fusion University dilemma of, oh, good, you've won 2 maps, now you have to win again on Control. And that's going to be easier said than done for all the factors that you just brought up now. So I think RunAway is in an exceptionally good position here, especially if they do end up taking King's Row.
And I agree with all that, ZP. But as I was telling you earlier, something I just learned from is that we talked about So What and Why Not in the previous series, but Why Not is an actual person and is a coach for Seoul Dynasty. Why Not if you know what exists simultaneously? The same reality, the duality of man is found. So I just had to put that out there. It's completely irrelevant to your current point, but it gave me a chuckle. It gave me a giggle, mate.
I think it's profound. really. It's just when you think it's like, oh, it'd be cool if someone had this name. Someone already has this name. We're going to get into it. It's EM here on the defense. Doha on the Sombra. No surprise. RunAway. Going to be running 3-3 with Ana. So it really wouldn't surprise me if we saw... Oh, wow. They find Doha immediately. They've watched game tape. They know where Doha is going to be at.
Was that? I almost struggled to believe that was intentional, but knowing RunAway, it probably was.
I mean, Doha is just like, is this stealth mode working? Did I get a broken invisibility cloak? But, yeah, it's a good
Got him to get to sleep here again on the Doha. Can they get him? No,
this is bullying of a Sombra right now. They are making it so Doha is behind in build. They rotate back the other way. They get alpha. And RunAway just bullying on the point. But the prep they've done to just pull Doha out of positions he likes being in is actually insane.
I mean, stopping him, getting the early poke on the bus there, and then catching the sleep again from
and got him again,
and he gets
the
frag there at the end. I mean, they never actually killed Doha until the end. They didn't get the frag on him specifically.
Yeah.
But they did deny him, and that was the actual frag. RunAway, though, that entire time while Doha is out of the fight, that's not EMP being built, that's the little poke they have, and RunAway just took the space and owned it.
But the scariest testament here, the Doha, is that he's still at 65% despite all of RunAway just having a full bounty out on him, so...
He does build it incredibly quickly.
You know, it's fun to see. RunAway, though, gonna move in. They use the Nano Boost aggressively because I feel like Doha shouldn't be close to an EMP. I don't think they even realize he's at 83%. They try and use this to let Mag move forward, build up the Shatter, but little do they know, Doha's built EMP. Element Mystic now getting ready to rotate it back the other way. Heavy shield pressure on the Mag, and they're going to drop the EMP for good measure. They move on in, and I got to tell you, I don't think RunAway expected that.
I think they expected it then. I think they should have known that Doha had EMP. They were hoping to catch him with that very aggressive rush when they used the Nano, when they used the Rally, but they could not find the frags they needed. Doha there's timing the Sombra perfectly on top of the fact that he didn't have it just yet. QQ out of mech, there is going to be a stagger coming out for EM as they get him at the end. EM have stopped the snowball now, which will give time for Doha to continue to build up. You see the bubble used, allowing him to be super aggressive.
Yeah, and that's the part that we don't give as much highlight to as we should and all. Just the fact that they do invest extra resources in the Doha to let them build a little bit more, because you realize EMP is how you win in the setup. It's all based on the EMP.
It's not dissimilar to how they pocketed Sparkle and gave resources to Sparkle last season. It's just with the Sombra.
Yeah, just change who you're going to be giving the support to. Element Mystic, stuck in the grab, get a barrier. In response, they drop a grab of their own, put Shui off to the side. Transcend's invested, but RunAway, they get a very nice bio nade, lets them finish off 2. And as a result, they're going to take the fight, but EM can run back in with the EMPs, so next fight's still winnable.
Next fight is 100% winnable. There's no beat for Lijiang Gong either. Lijiang Gong, he's trying to hit the stagger on his own.
Is he trying to kill Zarya on his own?
I don't think it's going to work out. I think he's going to need to leave.
He's dead.
And he's dead. He went a little bit too deep. Lijiang Gong, sometimes you must feel fear. Fear is a very important impulse
at
to
this
keep
moment.
you from dying.
Gone from the battle, but Doha's dead! They get the most important pick off on the other side. RunAway can still win this fight, even down. Lijiang gone. RunAway moving back in. Gangnam Jin, though, out of the fight. Element Mystic. They eat a Shatter. Nice Shatter from Mag that knocks down 2. And as a result, RunAway's going to be getting point B in what was a crazy sequence of back-and-forth battles.
That was wild. I mean, Lijiang Gong feels no fear, dies because he feels no fear. Then QOQ gets the hunt down on Doha, so there's no EMP available.
Where was he
despite
going?
the Shatter from Alpha, I don't know where he's going. Despite the Shatter from Alpha, Mag just had a much better follow-up there. The Nano was out from Gangnam Jin, allowing them to stay alive, to stay in the fight. Doha now is going to be looking for this EMP.
All right, so we're going to be taxiing on back. Doha holding on to EMP. This is a fight that EM should be able to win. RunAway is drained. EMP fight, usually a formality if done properly. RunAway going to be diving on in. EMP is going to come on out, and they use it to immediately get the Zen. So this fight going about as expected, but the good part there, Hisu got Doha, so he's not getting his extra 20 to 30% he usually gets in a fight.
Something to note is RunAway have also made the swap on a Zen. No more Ana available. They're not going to be running this on anymore. Just decided to play the Zen. When I see this swap happen, this leads me to believe that one of two choices. They think Ana is just not as strong here once they get to this set, when they get the last point, in terms of negating the value of Sombra. Or they feel they can more effectively pocket this and keep this in alive against the Sombra. I mean, either way, they made the swap. RunAway now moving in here. They know there's no EMP available for Doha. They will have neither support ult though, but they choose to grab first.
Well, they use the grab first to get force out Transcendence. On the other side, they don't have a Bionade to negate Transcendence like they did before. In fact, Shui ends up falling. Element Mystic, they turn it, and they end up with 4, so it's a good fight for EM, and it's going to buy even more time for Doha to just build up on EMP that, you know, for other Sunbros that say it's questionable if they get for next fight, not for Doha. He'll have it for the next fight.
That was, once again, we talked about how what defines a great Sombra is not just the EMP play, it's the value hacks. Doha got the hack onto QOQ, and then as soon as that happens, Sparkle grabs, knowing it won't be eaten, and it denies the cleanup for Hisu's grab. There is no bomb. QOQ could not bomb because he was hacked. That is the definition of a value hack in Doha.
And he has EMP up for the next fight. RunAway gonna have options for it. Is Gangnam Jin got transcend? He does! He transcends in the middle of the EMP as it comes out, but it's still not enough to save Shui. Shui isolated, even with the good transcendence from Gangnam Jin. And EM gonna drop the barrier. Bomb comes in for QOQ, gets Sparkle. Now 5-on-5. Any team's game here. Heavily deep charge coming in from Alpha, bringing Hisu to the ends of the earth. And the EM should be able to hold now, but it's a late transcendence in from Houdini.
Very late trans. It does mean that there will be no more push happening for RunAway. It denies the frag as well, but as I say, that Gundam is just going to pick up Houdini anyways.
Oh.
I've been also a little bit too deep. The counter frags, very deep for Elemistic.
Big mistakes here from EM. It's going to be a little bit till Doha's next EMP. I mean, the only upside, RunAway. They have a grab, a transcendence. Might be able to play it around for EM, but actually, EM, I think they're in a bad spot here.
RunAway has grab and there's no support ults.
Graviton going to be invested. They're looking for the follow-through. Moving in, and RunAway. Easy cleanup there. EM just not with enough resources to actually push this one back, and RunAway's still going to set a reasonable time here at Kings Row. Not blazingly fast, but likely over a minute. Unless EM can delay a little bit longer, they can't. And that's a critical time for RunAway, just getting over that minute mark.
I think we see the, EM making some incredible plays, Doha getting value out of the Sombra, but RunAway, they're just taking space where they give it all. And also EM, I mean, there's no other way to say it. That was a feed. That was a feed at the spawn. We've seen it happen now twice on Kings Row. We see Li Gong feed, and now we see EM counter feed in the spawn. I don't know what their objective was. They chased so deep, the rest of EM wasn't there to support them at all. And it was just Hanbin and Undine both going down. Undine was not so much in the spawn as he was just sniped by Gangnam Jin, but
the other thing too is I don't even understand the need from EM to try and like aggressively chase down kills there, because it's better off to let Doha just sit there, build up charge from the stragglers, and just continually harass while they're setting up, because those are the types of staggers that can get you EMP more readily on a more frequent basis. And I don't know, something snapped for EM there.
I think EM saw the value of being aggressive and getting the poke, because if you support him with your actual supports, if your backline's forward with Doha, you can ensure that he can be even more aggressive by giving him the arm packs, like giving him orbs and taking the pressure, a little bit of the pressure off of him, but maybe too aggressive for EM.
Regardless, we're going to be swapping sides here. Still a winnable situation for EM. I mean, it's not the absolute quickest time for RunAway. Of course, it does mean that Element Mystic needs to finish out with at least 1 second left in the time bank. An overtime finish, not going to do the job for them here, so under more pressure to be sure. We'll see just how this works out, as Gangnam Jin still going to be in the Ana. Same old between both of these teams.
Now, RunAway going to be on the defense. EM on the offense, still trying to get that early poke. See Shui trying to hunt him down. EM looking like they want to take the high ground, take this early pressure off, remove the supports for RunAway off this high ground, and set up Doha to just poke.
LEGDAY gone. Over the top, creeping. RunAway for now, just going to reposition, not going for anything too crazy. EM on the attack, 34% to Doha right now. So, Element Mystic, again, I think they're just going to do the standard, right? Wait to get an EMP, and RunAway doing a decent job of denying Doha some charge.
They are, and they're also trying to contest point at the same time, because EM are using Doha to be the ones set up point. They're not dropping off high ground just yet. They're sitting here, they're poking, they're sending Doha to go to point because he can translocate out. He can move easily. As RunAway, they're going to now rotate to the high ground, try to remove EM.
Well, they have to do it soon, because the EMP now up for Element Mystic. They've probably lost their window. RunAway is rotated all the way over to point, but Doha's licking his chops. He's going to move forward, drop the EMP. And the immediate fall through is there. Mag deleted from this universe immediately right after. And good EMP setup here from EM, though. To RunAway's credit, they at least make it take about a minute and a half.
Yeah, it was time burned off the clock, but EM can still be happy with that, even with Undine going down. They built up the rest of their ult bank, and they're still building another EMP. Doha already at 20%, gonna look to get this early poke. Pretty fast time for EM, considering that they're on the Sombra comp.
Doha is very efficient with time. He's not a Sombra to sit around just like looking for the perfect engage. He gets directly in the faces of his enemies and goes to build, where he's either in the process of about to be building or building at all times. He's not wasting time, which is something that I think a lot of Sombras do inadvertently do.
He also knows that it's tough for the 3-3 team to effectively chase him, so he can be a lot more aggressive, and a lot of Sombras don't realize that either, especially when you give them the support. So right now, holding close to the choke. They will have grab. They're coming close to the combo, but doubles portal's up. There's the grab out.
Well, RunAway, they want to seize the window here when EMP is not up. Bionade strikes the back. Alpha in a really rough spot as a result. Transcenso comes out after Bionade fades. Oh, Mystic, they can turn it. They move on in. Doga invests the EMP, and RunAway now in a rough spot. Mystic just going to move forward against them. Finish off the last few remaining kills. They do lose Alpha, but fully expect the rest of this to go the way of EM. And more importantly, let's Doha build up a little bit more as well.
I mean, he's still in there. He's still fragging. He should go down very, very soon. He's very high energy. Last bubble, he's down. And something to note, ZP, when we're talking about best Sombras, not only did Doha have an EMP for that fight, he just used it as 54% to another.
Well, that's why the way that fight worked was so good, is that RunAway put up enough of a fight that Doha could just sit there and build up more EMP. RunAway inadvertently kind of played themselves a bit there in trying to win that, just because, guess what? You've charged up Doha for the next fight.
I mean, he's going to be 70% already. They're not even getting all the way to second, and he'll have his third EMP of the offense.
This is really powerful. RunAway, again, they feel under the clock. They're going to aggressively go in. This time they get Ndini down immediately. And that's all they need to do. They get their fight before the next EMP comes in. It buys them crucial time here in the streets phase.
So now they're going to... I imagine they can't hold close to choke, though. Because when Sombra's on the field, you can't hold that close unless you're sending the man back, unless you're going to send like QOQ or Lijiang back, because you have to be worried of the back cap. EM now going to move him back in. Doha has another EMP. Gangnam though, and Shui both having their support ults means that they're going to be looking to find value here. They're trying to get this armor out, try to have that nano up to probably keep Mag alive.
And RunAway here, I mean, they do have the nano boost in reserve. If they can figure out when the EMP's going to move in, then they do sleep Doha in the middle. He's still able to get away. And here's the thing, the EMP hits Gangnam Jin before they can nano, so they can't nano Mag. Gangnam Jin wasn't able to avoid it. And one thing Doha's been doing that other Sombras don't, he makes sure they get Gangnam Jin in the EMP whenever possible.
And with the D-Back on QOQ here, this is done. This fight is over. There's going to be no way for RunAway to really contest this. That was a smart... That's the definition of a smart EMP. Because you don't have to have a perfect EMP. You just have to get who you need, like you were talking about. And they got Gangnam Jin. And that means there's no nano. There was no effective defensive ult there to keep Mag alive.
Now, EM's going in aggressively. The one thing RunAway does, though, that other teams have been doing against EM since they've
Doha has another EMP, ZP!
He's at 80%. He's real close. RunAway, though, they're going to try and take the fight before he finishes out. Now, I don't think they realize he's this close to it, but RunAway, they try and push fights immediately after EMP, so don't have to deal again. But I don't think they realize that the EMP is about to move in. Graviton has been used. Doha waiting for it. Are they just going to wait till the next fight here? And yeah, they are. I think they decide it's better to just wait for next fight. But what RunAway is doing that a lot of teams haven't is that they don't give EM time to breathe. As soon as they know that EM likely does have EMP, they immediately go in. They don't waste time. They don't dance and give Doha the ability to get an EMP up for every fight.
Now, EM did make a mistake right there, where they committed their grab. The QOQ was hacked. Doha got that hack, so they decided to commit the grab. But, I mean, Lijiang didn't even have to beat. The nano boost was out.
Self-destruct. Moving on. Oh, QOQ gets two. And Doha, it's like, well, you might have EMP, but guess what? Doesn't matter. Gonna have to wait for the rest of your team to get back in as Lijiang continues to assist people to their demise. Throws them into the pit. So, QOQ buying RunAway. Very crucial time here. Minute 56 left.
EM moving in here. You see Doha hiding behind, looking for the EMP. All of EM is going to be ready to commit. LeGdaY does still have that beat, and LeGdaY will definitely know that the EMP is active. He should know the EMP is active. You see where he's hiding. He's split from Gonamjun. They're not playing together because they want to deny. They want to make sure that at least one of them will find value.
Well, they pulled Doha out of stealth early there. Of course, Doha, Translocator still in a pretty nice spot. Drops on down, joining his team. Might be going for the over-the-top Translocator EMP here, or just frontline. Nope, over the top. EMP in, runaway, under assault, and Mag immediately removed. An excellent engage once more for Element Mystic off the EMP, and this could be a very easy move into last.
I mean, there's gonna. I don't know if they'll be able to touch. QOQ, he's able to get there, but the boot comes out again from Unique. And
wait, was that a near identical time?
I will have to see. I'm not quite sure. All right, Mystic apparently does have a little bit more in the time bank. It was a little bit faster for Mystic.
Wait, it's saying 109, 109.
It's the same.
It's identical.
It's the same.
It's actually identical.
Who gets it? Who gets it?
Oh, man.
Okay, before we get onto this whole can of worms, what a great engage for Element Mystic. Element Mystic sat there the entire time. You see Doha, he doesn't go for the EMP trying to split them. They just shoot Mag Shield. They shoot Mag Shield, force him to back up. They keep the shield presence up because they know that Alpha has Shatter until eventually they box them in a position where they get 6-man EMP. They deny both support ults. And that was sort of a misplay for RunAway as well. Not only giving them the space, but allowing the supports to be caught with the EMP. So good engage for EM. It's 109, so I guess Element Mystic, they attack here again, even though the times are identical.
The only thing I can think of, and I don't even know if the game delves down to this level of
alphabetical.
Minutia, well, it also could just be that maybe in terms of milliseconds, RunAway had a very slightly faster time, even though it wouldn't be reflected in the actual time bank. Who knows? I don't know if the game actually does that in the calculations there.
Of course, the Blizzard servers are on a quantum computer here, looking as the quirks themselves move between various states to see whose time is fast in these sort of conditions.
Oh, man. It's been a long time since an equal times like that come across, but EM gonna be getting here to work once more, and if any Sombra can build up an EMP in a minute 9, it's gonna be Doha. But RunAway, heavy pressure. They don't want them to get into the alleyway uncontested. Every last bit here going to be under fire, and Doha only at 13% thus far.
That's such an important hack. Hacking LeGdaY means they can actually continue to rotate and take this high ground. They don't have to fear the boops. This puts EM in such a good position that not only did they survive the initial crossing there at the stairs, but denying LeGdaY the chance to remove them off high ground.
EM again waiting for Doha, but it's been a longer wait here, only at 43%. The average for another Sombra, a little bit slow by Doha standards. RunAway, totally okay with that here. Buying time. Back on out. Element Mystic moving in. Doha about to have EMP, and RunAway. The time to go in has to be now, but they already lost QOQ. But the nade on the side! The nade sets up so well. And even with the nade, Element Mystic is able to fight their way through.
They decided to commit a bunch of ults in this fight as well for EM. I don't think they have to commit both. They used the trance, they used the EMP. I think they only need to use one. But EM got a little panic. They got a little panic there. They definitely didn't have to use both for that fight. They saw Mag drop the Shatter. They trade some frags, but the spawn still close. They had the Transcendence up for Undine as well. A little bit of panic for EM.
Now remember, the scary thing here is that we are in overtime. That means overtime spawns are in effect. Staggers hurt much more now than they do in normal play, just because of how long it takes for people to respawn.
I think we're going to go for the grab and nano the Rhine. Yep, here it is.
That's exactly what they go for. They dive in. So far, though, it hasn't borne any fruit. Element Mystic able to back out. They deal with it. Now they're going to barrier a little bit later into the fight. Element Mystic taking the fight the other way. Doha gets slapped in the middle. He's not building while this is going on. The Bionade strikes Unique in the back. RunAway getting in EM's face right as Alpha drops a Shatter, knocks down 2. He gives his life for the Shatter. Shatter goes back the other way for Mag, knocks down another, sets up QQ for the bomb, and RunAway saying, we're ending this here. We're not dealing with a long overtime push. And that's a unique part here of overtime spawns, is that normally respawns from EM would have made that trickier, but RunAway was able to just overpower them.
I think Mag 100% just saved the map for RunAway. And not because of that fight, because of the previous fight. He decides to commit Shatter after they're already down players and forces the trance from Ujine, which would have been great, but also, probably not, doing this on purpose. It was more of a misplay from Doha, but forcing the EMP as well. If Doha has EMP for that fight when that engage comes out, I think EM win that fight. I think EM win the engage. Yeah. But considering that Mag forced 2 ults in the previous fight using the Shatter, Mag saved the ult economy and saved the map potentially for RunAway.
Yeah, I mean, I think EM had a very panicked press Q moment for sure, and it just didn't work in their favor. Now, as we head to this next round, RunAway, they still have to take point A. I mean, this is actually eminently winnable for Element Mystic. In a lot of cases, I'd almost argue they're favored. The issue here, of course, is that RunAway was very good at suppressing Doha in his defensive Sombra the last time around. He's going to have to change up where he was at before. He's in the same spot. He's going to get
in the
Doha.
exact same spot.
QOQ is going to go in for that again.
I feel like QOQ is going to find him again, right? There's no way.
I feel like you don't change the entire thing unless it's the rare double bait. QOQ moving forward.
Wait. They didn't find him that time, but they gave him the bubble, so then he was revealed anyways. He gets out. RunAway are going to be very aggressive when they know that the bubble's been used, when they know Translocate is out now.
Yeah, I mean, their entire thing here, put pressure on point, make EM commit when EMP is not a factor. Doha right now nowhere close, and RunAway saying we're going to just continue to pick up ticks here on the board. Oh, you're going to drop down your Rhine? We're going to charge into him. Reckless abandon, moving in towards Alpha. Bionade only hitting Unique, didn't hit Alpha the way they wanted to. RunAway might have overcommitted here. Sparkle finishes off Mag, and Element Mystic actually totally okay as RunAway now down to their final 30 seconds.
And they're going to be losing this fight here as well. They're going to be picked up. Right now, EM's poke, their position so much better. You see the DMET comes out. They're going to try to stagger QOQ as well. They're not going to kill him. They will get him in. But Doha, he has EMP. Hanbin also has the rally there. This fight is so good for EM. All they need is the Shatter EMP. EMP Shatter, that's literally all they need.
This should be the series being evened up 1-1. Element Mystic should have this barring some just horrific throw. They're going to have EMP. They're ahead in ults. It should be all that they need. And they isolate QOQ early. EMP is going to come in as a finisher. Sets up the Shatter from Alpha on the other side. And RunAway, they can bleed 1-1 in our Grand Finals rematch here at the end of the regular season. And Element Mystic, it's been a long path, but they've grown to the point that they can take the fight to RunAway.
And right here in this replay, we see it's sort of the tail end of it, but what was so crucial there is that RunAway, they forced the translocate from Doha. They saw that they had used cooldowns and tried to engage aggressively on the backline for EM. They were on statue, and Doha gets the hack again onto QOQ, denying the Matrix, denying a lot of that damage, denying the
admire how
as well.
clean that was, by the way, between the EMP going off and the Shatter hitting. That was near pixel perfect between the two. That wasn't a EMP Shatter a little bit later. That was EMP's out, and at the same split second, here comes the Shatter. What a way to end the half, 1-1 between these two teams. We'll see who's going to take it after this.